And just for your information, we have been recording our lectures because you are also participant to the lecture. I thought that you must be informed that the lectures are being recorded because we are taking it as a part of G Suite. Okay. So let us continue our discussion. In the last class, we talked about density and distribution of rural settlements in India, and that was quite a small brief topic, I mean. And the entire topic is basically, based on the map, the distribution, the pattern of it. So that was the whole thing that we already discussed yesterday. Now let us move on to next part, 3.2, and that is structure of house and building materials in India. Now, this is a very traditional subject matter of geography, and in general, and in particularly settlement geography. The geographers have been interested in this particular subject of the structure of the house and the building materials used in different parts of the country. Why we study these two things in geography? Obviously, because the building material, and that too of rural settlement, mainly come from the material that is available in the environment, material that is available in the nearby area. Okay, so it is basically a natural material that is basically used for constructing rural settlements or rural houses. Okay, similarly, when we talk about structure of house, then we go to what I always call as micro geography, that is geography at micro level. Okay, and that is what we do, because even every house has a geography. Sorry, even every house has a microgeography, and then that needs to be studied, and geographers have been interested in studying that particular part. Okay, so let us go into understanding of these things. Here 20 mark का question है on structure of house and building materials in India. In this you may not be able to draw many maps, but you are expected to draw certain sketches of house type. तो हाउस टाइप के कुछ स्केचेस निकालना जरूरी है इसमें, और मैंने कुछ स्केचेस डाले भी है स्लाइड्स में, ताकि आप इसको इसमें से कुछ दो चार चीजों को आप ड्रॉ कर सको. Now, first, let us understand structure of house, and then we will go to the building material part. So we will deal these two things as separately. Okay, though functionally, actually, these things are not separate, but they are obviously together. Now, what do we mean by structure of house? Now, structure of house, we can be understood in two ways. One is the internal structure. Okay, what do I mean by internal structure? Internal structure means the arrangement of rooms. Okay, because every house has certain geographical area, how that area has been used. Okay, because in the same geographical area you can have 2 rooms, you can have 3 rooms, you can have 4 rooms. Okay, and you can decide which room will be in which part of the house, where will be kitchen, where will be living room, where will be the bedroom, and where will be all other different functional parts of your house. So that is the study of that is what internal structure is all about. Okay, and house type is more a look at the house from the plan, the structure point of view. That is no how what about the walling, what about roofing, and what about the flooring. Okay, so all that. So as I said, internal structure is more about spatial arrangement of the space within and outside the house. Okay, remember that in rural area, the availability of space is relatively more as compared to urban area, and therefore in many rural settlements, houses have lot of area or empty space around it, which is owned by that owner. Okay, but there is a lot of space around it, and therefore I have written outside the house. Outside the house, I doesn't mean the road. but I mean the area which is owned by the head of the family, and but it is outside the structure of the house. Okay, that is also included in the internal structure. Now it includes, as I said, different parts of the house such as rooms, veranda, etc., and parts of space around the house such as front yard, backyard. We have various concepts of angan, okay, and functions associated with them and their positioning related to each other. Okay, every house has a geography. Even if your house, my house, we have a geography. Okay, there's a particular way in which our kitchens and bedrooms and living rooms are arranged. Okay, now there are certain functions associated with each of this room. Okay, sometimes these functions overlap, sometimes these functions change. Okay, but there are certain broad functional classification or division within our house as far as which function to be done in which part of the house is concerned. Okay, and therefore geographers are interested in that. Similarly, remember little bit additional thing I am telling you, that as far as the aspect of space is concerned, geographers have considered space inside the house. Geographers have considered the space inside the house as private space and public space. Remember that. So what do we mean by private and public? So private space are the spaces where outsiders are not allowed, or outsiders usually are prohibited from entering into. And public spaces are those where the outsider can communicate, can mingle, okay, and can interact. For example, within the house, our living rooms are the places where we allow the outsider to come and sit, okay, and have water and tea, and we can talk with that person. But no outsider is allowed inside or in the other parts of our house other than the living room. In some of the rural areas, you might have observed, if you have seen rural settlements or rural houses, that in rural areas, as you enter in the house, then you have a specific place where it is only kept for the outsiders. Okay, that is even that is the people who are absolutely not allowed to enter inside. Okay, and you will find that a couple of chairs are kept there, so people as they enter they can sit there only instead of entering the house. Okay, and these are the arrangement. Now lot of factors are there that decide. Okay, अभी अपना जो example में दे रहा था, that is our urban settlement, and we are into completely different structure. What I am talking about, what are we talking about, is mainly about villages or rural settlement. Don't forget that. Internal structure has also something to do with the shape of the house. Okay, sometimes the shape is rectangular, sometimes it is square, sometimes it is polygonal. Okay, you might have observed in some places, such as if you see the Wada structure, WADA, Wada structure of Maharashtra, especially on the plateau or on the Desh region of Maharashtra, you will find on the plateau region there are empty spaces between. Okay, that is the center of the house is empty. By empty I mean it is open, there is no roof on the top. So you can see that there are rooms on all the four sides, and in between there is an open space. Okay, maybe it may have a tulsi vrindavan there. Okay, and lot of empty space around, and there is no roof on the top. Okay, in some South Indian villages also you might have observed that. Okay, and in typical Maharashtrian Wada architecture also we find this kind of a structure. Okay, so these are all the dimensions, okay, and shape aspect of it, structure aspect of it, which is studied by geographers. As I told you that the relation, it has got a relation with the local geography, the local environment. Okay, it also has effects of culture, various aspects related to religion, various aspects related to caste, class, gender. All these things affect the structure of your house. Even in a single village, even in the same village, okay, you find houses belonging to people of two different religion differ. okay, as per the requirement of their day-to-day lifestyle that moves around the religious practices. Okay, so there are aspects related to caste, there are aspects related to class. By class we mean differences in the rich and poor houses. Okay, there are aspects related to gender. Okay, there is male and female. Okay, so that kind of aspect is also related to it. Let me share one interesting thing. I don't know how many of you have noticed it, but at least when I grew up, there used to be it's not that today, but when I was a kid, and whenever there any family friend used to visit our house, okay, the typical thing should was that the family friends used to sit in the living room for some time, and after drinking water, my mother used to ask the women, okay, of that family, of the family friend, to come inside in the kitchen, okay, and that woman guest used to go in the kitchen, and there my mother and that lady, used to talk with each other, while my father and the male guest, okay, of the visitors, male visitor, they used to talk in the living room. Okay, so I have that memory very clearly in my mind. Okay, where kitchen becomes an area of women. Kitchen becomes extremely feminine area, while living room becomes very masculine area. Okay, so here geography becomes a very gendered space. Okay, gendered space, right? And if you also observe it, maybe in many houses, even you might have observed in your case that obviously today the things are different little bit, but in my childhood I have seen this, where the male and female spaces inside the house I'm talking are very clearly demarcated, right? And that talks about a lot, and that is how geography works, that is how geography functions. Okay, and therefore is extremely interesting to study that particular part. Obviously it has got lot of regional variation. No village house is same in different part of the country, because we are especially referring to India. The houses in Jammu and Kashmir, for example, rural houses in Jammu and Kashmir, absolutely different from rural houses in Rajasthan. Houses in Konkan are different than houses on the plateau. Okay, and within the plateau, the houses in Western Maharashtra are different than the houses in Vidarbha or the Eastern Maharashtra. Okay, so there is a lot of meso to micro level changes or variations as far as these internal structures are concerned. We always have seen plans whenever we buy a new house, or every house, usually we have the plan made up of architect. Okay, now geographers study this plan because this plan is nothing but the space. It is the space that has been allocated. It is a space that has been divided into different portions. Okay, so you certainly may be remembering this kind of plans of your own house, maybe. Or if you just go to buy a new house, then the people will give you a pamphlet that contains the floor plan, as we call it, the floor plan, the house plan. Okay, and where you understand which thing is where, okay, as designed by the builder. In rural area it is different. It is the people who build their own houses, and they decide as per their tradition, their requirement, their needs, that which room will be where and what will be where, and the tradition literally rules over in rural settlement house structure, which is not so in urban areas. Okay, so you can see different parts of the houses in this plan. Okay, so this is more about how a space is allocated inside the house. Okay, while if you see this sketch, and this sketch talks about the house type, क्योंकि इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर की बात करता ही है, लेकिन ये भी बता रहा है पिक्चर की बाहर से कैसे दिख रहा है. So what kind of walls, whether it is single storied, double storied, okay, how are the roofs, are roofs flat, are they slanting, okay, is it that the entire roof is at the same level or at multiple level, Okay, if you compare the side rooms with the center part, okay, of the first floor, there is actually not first floor. In Marathi we call it as mala, or in English we call it as attic. Okay, so if you see the attic, now you just see number 5. If you see the attic, then you will find the top portion of the attics of number 5 and number 6 are very different from each other. I mean, they are at different levels from each other. Okay, and attic is usually used to store the things. Okay, so all those utensils and pots which are not in use, okay, or many things, something that needs repair, okay, but it will take some time, so such things are kept in the attic. Okay, so, and this structure, it varies. There is no standardization in the structure. The structure varies from area to area, and as well as from house to house, depending upon various cultural backgrounds of it. So if you note down this 1 2 3 4 5 6, where 1 stands for Angan, 2 stands for Padvi, 3 stands for Oti. Okay, now all these are very typical structure of a Marathi or Maharashtrian house. Okay, now if you see the same thing here in the plan, you can observe that number 1 is Angan, and you can see that Angan is outside the main structure. Okay, and it is also called as courtyard. It is also called as courtyard. Okay, and then we have number 2. Number 2 kya hai? So number 2 is Padvi. Number 3 is Oti. Number 4 is Masghar. Number 5 is kitchen. Okay, so you can see these are different parts of the houses, and you can also see a staircase there. Okay, so here you can see a staircase with an arrow showing that there are steps to be taken. That shows that there is also an attic on the top of it. Okay, so this is how different. This is an example of a house in Dapoli in Konkan region. Within Konkan also we find a lot of variation as far as the houses are concerned. Houses of Sindhudurg are very different from the houses of Palghar district. So a lot of difference in North Konkan and South Konkan houses as well. Okay, this is another example of houses from northern India. The plans to the left of your side are houses in the Bharatpur district. So these are the houses in northern India, and you can see that how there are different kind of plans. You see this one, the one at the bottom. It is written as R and RP. So R stands for room. Okay, and so and RP stands for raised platform. तो ये जो घर है ये एक ही रूम का घर है. It's only have one room, and outside the room, this is the door, and outside the room you can see there is a raised platform. Okay, it is also called as chauthara. Okay, chauthara in Hindi, chauthara in Marathi, also called as chabutra. Okay, in some parts of North India, that is the place where usually people sit in the evenings. Okay, because it is outside the room. Okay, so you can see this is a single room house. आपने ऊपर वाला diagram देखा तो it has got 2 rooms, double rooms. Okay, then here if you see there are 3 rooms with raised platforms. Okay, and so you can see that there are the houses of different kinds. There are houses of different kinds with different structure. Okay, usually this one, the bigger size one, usually is a house of a rich man, and so you can see there are multiple rooms there. Okay, with a courtyard at the center. Okay, separate place for cattle shed. Okay, there are hand pump inside the house. Okay, so there are all these. So you can see how the plan, how the structure inside the house differs from between say rich and poor, and also from tradition to tradition. To the right hand side, we have a very big plan. Okay, and that plan is a plan of a typical vada. A vada is a typical structure, especially on the plateau region of Maharashtra, the Desh region of Maharashtra. Okay, and I'm not going into detail into it, and even you are not expected to explain all that, but I just wanted to show you all this. Okay, if you see the legend below the right hand side diagram, it has got 20 different parts. 20 different parts. And if you see the house in Konkan, Okay, it has got about 7 to 8 different parts. Okay, so houses in plateau, houses in desh, or this vada kind of structure is very elaborate as compared to the humble houses in Konkan region. Okay, so it is the environment that is responsible for that. Okay, in plateau region you have lot of open space, flat space where you can construct your houses. Rainfall is relatively less. Okay, so all these factors do affect the structure of the house. Okay, now let us see what are different parts of the houses. Now here uh, ये टॉपिक को एंड नहीं है बिकॉज देर आर innumerable ways in which houses are divided, okay, into different parts. Okay, और इसके लिए I'm not going very regionally because we are not discussing a house in Konkan or house in a particular part. I shown you the houses in Konkan and Desh particularly mainly because we belong to Maharashtra, and therefore I thought these examples will be more pertinent. But obviously there are lot of variation, और ये सब कुछ तो हम डिस्कस नहीं कर सकते. वाडा डिस्कस करने गए तो 20 एस्पेक्ट्स है वाडा के. Okay, which is very difficult to discuss. So let us just I have brought it, whatever is available more easily, जिसका material easily available है, study material. Okay, so I thought let me take that. So we will talk about 2 to 3 aspects only of the structure of the house, and certainly you can add if some of you have villages, I mean houses in your native village, native place, then you can certainly describe even more parts of it. Okay, so I'm not bringing here discussion on Padvi, Oti, Osri, okay, or this Mazgar, Angan, Parasdar, all these aspects of houses I'm not going to bring, but you can add in your answer depending upon your own experiences. आप में से किसी का विलेज नॉर्थ इंडिया में है, किसी का साउथ में है, किसी का कोकण में या प्लेटो पे है. सो अकॉर्डिंगली ना आपके डिस्कशन में भी काफी वेरिएशंस आएगा आपके आंसर में, एंड दैट वुड बी नाइस. सो लेट अस सी द फर्स्ट पार्ट, द कोर्टयार्ड, व्हिच इज मोर कॉमन. इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज अंगन, okay, or angan as it is called in Hindi, angan in Marathi. Okay, now it is not necessarily that it is a rectangular space, but in some books it is written like that. Okay, you need not write that, but remember that it can be square, it can be rectangular, depends upon multiple factors. But courtyard is a very distinguishing feature of a traditional Indian rural house, and in most of the regions you will find this particular element in the structure of the house. Now this rectangular open space called angan, okay, has different sizes, different shapes, different situation, different functions, and different surroundings. If you go to a rural house, okay, if you go to a rural house, then you will find angan is used for keeping the cattle. Angan is used for drying the cow dung cakes. Okay, or you can see the children playing there, which is a very common picture. So you can see, but if you go to the houses of the rich, okay, then you will not find cattle in angan. You will find cattle in gotha, okay, or cattle in tabela, okay, or a cattle shed as we call it. There will be separate cattle shed for cattle. They won't be there in the angan. Okay, but in the angan you will find lot of plants, okay, lot of decoration, tulsi vrindavan, which is a very common aspect of a Hindu family house, okay, in rural area. So you will find there are certain typical structure that varies from religion to religion, and from class to class, rich to poor. Okay, it is abhi sometimes the angan is open or it is outside the house, as I said. So it has got it is closed from one side only, where the wall or the main door of entering the house is, but all remaining 3 sides are open. Okay, but in some cases, as I told you, in some cases the courtyards are located at the center of the house, okay, and rooms are built around it. Okay, so as I said, it depends upon there are variety of variations as far as the structure of the courtyard is concerned. Now this is a typical courtyard photograph of a rural house. I don't want you to observe the house now. We will observe the houses also, but just see the courtyard. Okay, and you can see that the courtyard is used for drying clothes. Okay, courtyard is also used for boiling water, for bathing purpose. Okay, or part of the courtyard is also used as a cattle shed. Okay, or you can see these the ducks and the birds and hens are moving around. Okay, you can also see partly it is kept for the dry grass or the animal fodder. Okay, you can also see, in Marathi we call it as a khat. So you can also see where the people will sit, or even in angan, in rural area, in angan you will find that people also sleep in angan, especially the males sleep in angan. Okay, so that also you can see in this courtyard. And I don't know whether you have observed, you can see there is a, sorry, there is a chula. Okay, so there is a small chula which is built here again, as I said, for boiling water and all other things. Okay, so it's a very unique courtyard of a typical rural house. But again, this is not the only way the courtyard is. Okay, now if you see in this house, okay, which is a more which is more a typical Konkan house. This is basically a picture from Goa. Okay, now here you can see that the houses is the angan is very well fenced. Okay, and it has got a lot of plants, the flowering plants and banana. Okay, and all such plants, a lot of open space there. Okay, again if you see this house, okay, why I took this particular picture is because this house has a unique angan. Now if you observe the angan, if you see the floor, can you see there are two levels where the bicycle is kept? So that is little at higher level, kind of raised platform, right? Or where that man is sleeping. So if you see that part or that ground, then that is relatively at lower side as compared to the one where the bicycle has been parked. Okay, so even angans can be at different levels. So there can be multiple levels in angan also. Inside the house तो levels होता ही है कोकण के घर में. Okay, so you go to this Osri, Padvi, so everywhere you have to climb at least one stair or two stair. Okay, because the main house is always on the very raised platform or on the plinth. Okay, but you see the angan को एक शेड भी बना दिया गया है by using timber, and you can see the shade has been used for storing dry grass. Okay, instead of putting the dry grass on the ground, it has been kept on the raised platform that provide the shade also to the angan, and also keep the place of the angan more open or more free for the easier movement of the people inside the house. Now this is again example of a courtyard which is at the center of the house. The photograph is taken from a veranda, and you can see that there is veranda on all the sides, while the center of the house there is a courtyard. Okay, and here you can see a very old traditional kind of a Tulsi Vrindavan at the center. Okay, and then partly some other plants are also there. Some kind of some material also kept here. Okay, but certainly this is a very old house, and certainly having some structural issues, right? But this is a photograph of a courtyard which is inside. Okay, inside the house, not outside the house. Okay, so these are also the kind of courtyard. Even in Konkan, there are backyard concept. Okay, and in the backyard also you find a lot of what I'll say, lot of plants which are planted. In Konkan houses, the lavatories or toilets are always at the backyard of the house, where this space is used for drying clothes, keeping your what I will say, the products from your garden. Okay, for example कि कोकोनट उतार के रखे हैं तो वो कोकोनट रखे हुए हैं बैकयार्ड में. Okay, तो उधर भी आपको चूल्हा मिलेगा for boiling of water. Okay, and lot of plants that are planted there. So this is a typical backyard, but obviously better of backyard, not a backyard of a very rural or a very poor house. Now this is another example. Again, why I brought this is because you can see that certain things are kept for drying. So that is another function of a backyard. I mean the courtyard. Okay, and this courtyard, as you can see, is also as far as the photo is concerned, it can show that there are rooms on three sides and it is open from one side. Okay, and other than the typical uses of the courtyard, you can see another use is for drying purpose. Drying of clothes to hai hi, but lot of other things also, such as different food items also can be kept for drying. Okay, I hope you are observing the other aspects also. Please observe the roof. Please observe the roof, and here you will understand what the circular tiles are or semicircular tiles are. You might have seen flat tiles, जिसको हम Mangalorean tiles कहते हैं, but these tiles are different. What you can see in this picture. We will come back to roofs after some time. Okay, so courtyards are a very unique feature of a house, right? And these are especially used for maintaining family privacy. Okay, especially if the courtyards are inside the house, I mean at the center of the house. Okay, and in case of poor people houses, as I said, courtyards are used for keeping cattle, for keeping your bullock cart or any other agricultural tools or implements. Okay, so class to class, the use of courtyard very much differs. Courtyards are also used for sun basking during the winters. Okay, then drying and grinding, threshing and cooking, and various social and religious activities. Okay, if there is any marriage in the house, then angan will be full of people and full decoration and all that. Okay, so angan becomes a place that takes part in each and every moment, maybe of sorrow or maybe of joy in that house. Okay, as I said, angan can be called a front yard or backyard. Okay, so the angan can be in front of the house from where the main door entry is, or it can be at the back of the house, back side of the house, called as a backyard. And front yards and backyards have completely different functions altogether, as I just now mentioned. Okay, the next important part of the structure is called as veranda. Okay, a veranda is again a unique structure and more common kind of structure. We are picking up, हम ऐसे structural element pick up कर रहे हैं which are more common, okay, and not very unique. Okay, the unique ones तो बहुत है इसके लिए. अभी वेरांडा आपने देखा तो मेनी टाइम्स वेरांडा रूफ्ड होता है, मतलब उसको रूफ से कवर किया जा सकता है, या उसके लिए थैचिंग होता है. थैचिंग इज वेयर you use lot of timber and other material for covering that veranda, not you, because you don't want to keep it open and you want to close it. Sometimes veranda is there at the front of the house, so it covers entire one side of the house. Sometimes the veranda covers two sides of the house, or sometimes veranda covers even three sides of the house. Okay, I mean on all three sides you can have a veranda, and the rooms are in between, and rooms are bordered by this kind of a veranda on all the three sides, especially the front one and the side ones. Okay, and usually not in the back side or in the backyard. These verandas are very well supported by walls of mud or walls of bricks, that is burnt brick, I mean unburnt bricks, and pakka bricks. Pakka matlab the one जिसको भट्टी में डाला गया है, the baked ones, the burnt ones. Okay, or also wooden pillars. Depending upon which material is available in that area, accordingly it will decide what material is used for supporting the walls of the veranda. Now veranda is also useful for providing light to the inner rooms. Okay, we will see some pictures shortly. and it also protect walls from rain shower. Main जो wall है आपके घर का, okay, now if you have a veranda is like an extended part outside, okay, और उस पर roof होता है, तो उससे क्या होता है, rain water doesn't come directly on the main wall of your house, so it protects your house from the rain showers, okay. Also keep the floor inside the house drier, okay. Otherwise जिनका घर कोकण में है, you know that what happens to the kokan house, especially during monsoon, okay, and how the entire floor becomes very moist, and if it is made up of cow dung, then again it adds to the problem, okay. And so veranda is important for various purposes. As I said, veranda also enables fair approach to rooms during rains, okay. So matlab during the rains, the person coming inside the house, okay, can dry himself in the veranda and then enter in the house, okay. So veranda gives all kind of facilities of this way. Now this is one kind of a veranda, okay, where you find that it is supported by walls on all the side, okay, and it has got a roof. So this is a very closed veranda. It has got a window, okay. It is bit modern in the sense of the way it is constructed, okay. And a typical structure and typical element that you can observe in this photograph is the jhula. In Marathi we call it as zopala, okay. And jhula is a very important aspect of any rural house, especially in the veranda, okay, where all people including children and old people sit on this jhula for a very long time, for playing, for chatting, playing cards, listening to music, okay. And lot many things happen on this jhula in this particular part of the veranda, okay. Now verandas also can be open, as you can see in this particular picture. That veranda is there, that it is there on entire, it covers the entire side of the house, okay. It is open, that is it is covered by the shed or by the roof, but it is completely open from one side, that is not being walled, okay. So इधर मैं कह रहा था कि जो मेन वॉल है घर का, okay, वो आप देख रहे हो, उस मेन वॉल को प्रोटेक्शन मिलता है, okay, from rain water, because there is a roof which is extended further, okay, and therefore it plays a significant role from a different point of view, okay. So people can sit there and talk with each other and all that. Again you can see there is a effect of class in it, okay. Rich people will have a more wider veranda, more decorative ones, okay, while the rural ones will have a very small ones and with lot of important functions attached to it. So again you can see different house types, different kind of veranda. Here you can see veranda used for sitting purpose, veranda where say a bag of food grain is also stored, okay. And there is a room which is in just beside it. If you can observe this one to the right hand side, okay, you can see this entry, okay. So there is a small room here, okay, which is outside the main house, okay. So these are very unique functions of different areas of rural houses. So veranda is used for sitting, veranda is used for receiving guests, veranda is using for keeping fodder, poultry and goats. Veranda is also used for sleeping purposes, okay. Now if the family it belongs to any craftsman, okay, for example a carpenter's family, weaver's family, blacksmith family, the veranda is also used for doing these things, okay. So if it's a family of carpenters, then you will find in their veranda lot of the plywood and all sort of things related to furniture will be, you will see that, and you will find that during the day the people working in veranda. So veranda becomes a very significant family space as well as a very important economic space as well, okay. In some cases, in some examples, you find a veranda also may have a kitchen on the side. जैसे मैंने अभी ये फोटोग्राफ में दिखाया था राइट साइड पे, so there can be a kitchen or there can be a storehouse, I mean a store place for implements or for food grains. In Marathi, we call it as Kangi. Kangi. Kangi is a place. Okay, it's a unique way. I don't take your time in that, but Kangi is a place where the food grains are stored for the entire month, for the entire year. Okay, so there can be veranda can also have certain side rooms meant for such purposes. And as I mentioned, that veranda also may have jula, which is used for sitting, sleeping, chattering, gossiping, and all sorts of things. So veranda is a very significant part of any rural house. Another important part, especially in the North Indian villages, are the raised platforms or chabutra. Okay. Now these raised platforms are as you come out of your house, main door, and then just beside it on both the sides, you find that raised platform. Okay, it's a platform that faces the main road or the main street or lane. Okay, and then it is also connected to the dubari or entrance room. Okay, or the courtyard. Right. For example, in this particular house in Odisha, you can very clearly observe that. Sorry, you can very clearly observe that this is what the raised platform I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the main entrance. This is the main wall. Okay, and you can see that these are the raised platforms on both the sides. Okay, which is used for keeping some agricultural tools or implements, and especially in the evenings it is used for sitting there and chatting. As you can see, it is open. Okay, now usually you will find in upper class houses you won't find women sitting here. Okay, while men are sitting more because of the traditional roles, gender roles of male and females. Okay, in poor houses, however, you can also find women of the house sitting and chatting here. Okay, सो इट इज अ कोर्टयार्ड. सो ये कोर्टयार्ड को भी कनेक्ट करता है और द मेन रोड, मेन रूम जो है आपका एंट्रेंस जो है तो उसको भी कनेक्ट करता है. ओके, दिस इज अनदर एग्जांपल ऑफ ए चौथरा, बट दिस इज वेरी ब्रॉडर. दिस इज कवर्ड वन. Okay, this is more covered one outside the house. Okay, this is another example of a chauthara, and you can see woman her own house, her own chauthara. Okay, and which is a very common feature. Now this chauthara also can be made up of different materials. Okay, so it seems here it is made up of proper bricks and cement probably. Okay, but the ground is completely made by a cow dung. Okay, so these are another examples of raised platforms. Okay, sometimes you will find that raised platforms and veranda, okay, like merge together. It depends upon as I've told you, because of multiple variation, the regional variation. This is also a house in Odisha, and you can see how the roof is supported by those timbers, those wood pillars. Okay, and the area outside is used for multiple purposes. Now this is again unique. Okay, so this chauthara you can see only on one side of the house, that is on the other side there is a room. Okay, so it's very small one, and you can see it is kept open, nothing is kept there. Okay, so obviously it doesn't have much use other than sitting there and chatting maybe. Okay, but nothing is seen there in the photograph. Okay, now these are the rows of the houses. This is probably from a South Indian village, and here also you can find this kind of chautharas or verandas. Again, they are kept empty. They are quite broader. They are squarish, square to rectangle, depending upon the available space and the overall shape and the structure of the houses. Okay, but just see the decorated pillars. Okay, or the well designed structure pillars, and if you compare that with the pillars in this house in Odisha, you can very clearly observe how even a simple little things like wood pillars, they also differ, their structure also differ from class to class. and obviously region to region. Okay, so this is about, so there are three things that I just mentioned, that is the courtyard, the veranda, and the raised platform. But obviously you can, if your own house or a native place has got osri, padvi, ot, all these things or something else, okay, then you can certainly write about that. Okay, uh, here I want to ask you that after seeing this picture, okay, any one of you want to say anything by unmuting yourself about your own house in the native place if you have, and different parts of that house such as ot, padvi, etc., and can you talk about different part of your own house that you have seen? It can be your house, your relative house that you have gone to. Anybody want to say anything? No, not seen any rural house. Galaxy.
सर
Yes.
सर आपण ते पहिला पिक्चर बघितलेला ना, म्हणजे एकदम सुरुवातीला जो आपण
हाँ
प्लॅनचं बघितलेला, तर
हाँ.
तसं सेम ना आमच्या गावच्या घराचं पण आहे. म्हणजे
Right.
कोकणात येतं ना थोडं गाव, तर
Okay.
त्याच्यामुळे तिकडचं पण म्हणजे मम्मीच्या गावच्या घराचं तसं सेम पिक्चर
कुठे
होतं.
कोकणात,
म्हणजे
कोकणात कुठे आहे तुझं गाव?
देवरुखला.
देवरुखला. ओके ओके.
हा हा.
मग
तर
तुमच्या
मग
तुमच्या त्या घरामध्ये कुठले कुठले पार्ट्स आहेत घराचे? पडवी ओसरी हा प्रकार आहे का?
सेम सेम सर, ते म्हणजे साइड व्ह्यूने आपण बघितलेलं ना, तसे नंबर्स वगैरे दिलेले ते.
हा हा
तर
हा.
पुढे असं अंगण, त्याच्या आतमध्ये मग नंतर मग 2 नंबर वरती काय होतं सर ते,
पडवी.
हा हा हा,
हा.
त्याच्यानंतर आतमध्ये माजघर, मग आतमध्ये किचन वगैरे आणि वरती माळी, असं
राईट
सेम सगळं होतं.
राईट
आणि
राईट.
मग कौलं पण तशी अशी, म्हणजे पाऊस वगैरे पण असतो ना भरपूर तिथे, मग ती
येस
कौलं पण तशी होती,
येस.
स्लॅन्टिंग अशी जरा.
करेक्ट करेक्ट. Anyone else? Good that Buddha Bhushan shared. Anybody else want to say anything? No? Share your memories, and that will relate yourself with your house in a different way, from in a more geographical way. So I'll be happy if you, any one of you, share. Okay, no one. So let me go ahead then. So these are the different type of houses that we, I mean different parts of the house structure that we discussed. Okay, now let us see, there are different kinds of ground plans. Okay, even the ground plan differ. Okay, just now we're talking about the same thing. Okay, depending upon the functional needs, depending upon the socio-economic conditions. For example, there can be houses with one or two rooms with rectangular shape and thatched veranda, or there can be three-room houses with L shape. There can be L shape. We have seen some of the pictures just now with even L shape houses and three-room houses to form courtyard, or 4 to 5 room houses with U shape exhibiting courtyard. Okay, so courtyard has a rooms on three sides. That is what U shape means, and it is open on one side. Okay, or there can be multi-room houses with very large courtyards, veranda, or maybe a multiple floor, or another one single floor above it. Okay, so all that are a very typical examples. So it depends upon the socio-economic conditions and functional needs, and etc. Okay. So these are some more examples, a sample of rural house plan, and just observe it very closely. The legend is given already. Okay, and in the legend you can see that if you see the top ones, then you can see that these are low class houses. Okay, houses of lower class, I mean houses of poor. Okay, and if you see, there are rooms and there is veranda, there is nothing else. Okay, and probably some portions in the front yard. But otherwise basically it shows that it has got 2 rooms and a veranda. This one, the picture on the top left, this one. So it has got two rooms. Okay, ये room का symbol है, or I mean the shading या patterning है, and this one is a veranda. Okay, if you go to this house, okay, then you find there are two rooms, but there are two rooms more on the side, and a small veranda in between, right? If you come here, this is what L-shaped house we were talking about. Okay, so it will have rooms on like L shape with a veranda, which obviously also becomes an L shape. Okay, and then you have a separate place for cattle. You can see in this diagram, in this symbol, you can have cattle and a small well. Okay, in Maharashtra we have a lot of wells in every house. Okay, so it has got wells, and in many areas of India there can be hand pumps. Okay, depending upon in which region you are. So these are more kind of a poor man houses. The middleman or the middle class houses, you know, can be of this way, where there are more rooms, more than 3 rooms. Okay, surrounding the courtyard, and in between you can see there is empty courtyard. That is empty का मतलब मेरा है कि open, that is something you do not have roof above. Okay, and the veranda on the outside on one side. Okay, veranda also can be on all 4 sides or all 3 sides, as we were discussing. Okay, in another house which is maybe a little more, it is little more richer than the earlier one, so it is more bigger and elaborate. Okay, so here we find the courtyard surrounded by veranda inside. There is also a veranda outside. Okay, and a cattle shed and the well, right? Or a high class house, if you observe, then there are multiple rooms, many more rooms, different kind of verandas. Even cattle shed is very big. Okay, so and with there are a lot of open areas and a lot of bigger angan around. Okay, so you can see these are some examples of house plans, and obviously these are very examples. There are n number of innumerable variations in these plans or structure. Okay, now these are some of the photographs, and you can see different kinds of houses. Okay, now start observing. Don't just observe courtyard. Now start observing the house. See the walling, see where the windows are placed, see the nature of roof. Okay, and just now we were talking, see the roofs are standing. Okay, and can you see at the center of a photograph there is a place which is circular, which is cylindrical? This one, it has got a circular wall or a cylindrical wall. Okay, even roof obviously is cylindrical, so this roof is very different than this. Okay, and similar structure you can observe here also. Okay, you can just see the rooftop of it, but the structure of the roof is very same to this one, right? So it means that this one house of this kind, okay, have this kind of a circular structure as well. Okay, I am not actually sure what this circular structure meant for. It doesn't have any windows, at least on the side from which the photograph is taken. Okay, so it probably can be a storehouse, okay, or can be used for any other purpose, but just see the different shape of that particular house or establishment. Okay, now similarly you can have again a circular one, circular house. You can see the roof, how the dry grass is used. This is what thatching is. Okay, where you can see wood. ये जो आप बीच में देख रहे हो, so these are wood. इससे एक बेसिक फ्रेम बनाया गया है. ओके, वुड का इस्तेमाल करके, और ये बेसिक फ्रेम पर ये ड्राई ग्रास बिछाया गया है और उसको क्या बोलते हैं, स्टिचिंग किया गया है. ओके, इट्स मोर लाइक स्टिच्ड रूफ और थैच रूफ बाय यूजिंग टिम्बर एंड ड्राई ग्रास. You can see fencing is also done, and there is lot of open area around. The house is very small, pretty small, okay, but lot of open area around. Okay, now this is certainly the house in the more semi-arid parts of Gujarat, okay, and where people prefer to be outside the house to protect themselves from for more cooling effect, okay, to take wind more. They are typical houses in Maharashtra. Okay, look at it from the house plan point of view. Okay, this is very elaborate house. Okay, and you can see that there are some parts of these houses of this house which is outside the main house. So this is the main house. You can find out from the roof, but there is an extended part of this house, okay, which is again further covered by tin or patra, okay, or also covered just by timber. Okay, it may not have the tiles like this, tiling like this. These are flat tiles which I was mentioning about. Okay, the angan is like very open area. There is no specific boundary to it. Okay, but some part of it is brought under shed. Okay, and you can see toilets around or a bathing room around or outside the house, I mean, again, which is made up of thatching. This seems to be the house with multiple rooms because seems to be a bigger size house. Okay, now see this is very unique and this is very interesting because you can see the raised roof, RAISED, raised. आप ये जो roof देख रहे हो ये continuous roof नहीं है. Okay, so you can see there is a small attic, right, and it has got further roof and it has got a small window. Now, this kind of an arrangement is very common in many parts of Maharashtra, especially Konkan, and you can see that helps the air or the wind to come inside the house, keeping your house more airy. Okay, also such windows are very important to bring in light from outside. Okay, and this is like a double storied roof or double level roof, okay, as we call it. These are also flat tiles, and see how the patra or the tin sheets are used. The tin sheets are used mainly to protect the house from the rain showers, okay, which is falling. So they have extended the roof further by tins. Okay, and you can see the angan. This is certainly the house on the slope. ये स्लोप पे घर है. So आप levels देख रहे हो. This चौथरा, this raised platform is little above than this one. This is lower level. This is at upper level. And if you see these people sitting or standing, you can see the angan is also like, you know, in the depression, kind of in the lower, further lower level. Okay, so that very clearly shows that this house is on kind of a sloping land. These are some more examples. Okay, observe the area outside the house. You can see that the chauthara is built by stones. Stones are the ones that are available nearby. This is basalt. Okay, and you can also see that the part of that angan or the courtyard is the flooring is made of cow dung. Okay, and there also you can see two different levels of the angan, okay, and wooden structures, and observe the walls and the roofs that are used. These are different houses in Kerala. These are obviously the houses of rich people, not certainly of poor people. So you can see a porch, okay, you can see a small circular the square shaped veranda, okay, where people enter first. Okay, you can see lot of lawn, lot of open space, and interestingly you can see the channel of a backwater. You know that Kerala is known for the backwaters, and you can see the channel of a water channel of a backwater coming here, and so you can see a boat which is stationed here, so that the people from this house can travel by boat, okay, in the backwaters to different part of the village or to some other village by using the boat, right? So here also you can find very different kind of multiple levels of roofing can be observed. This is an example of house in Kerala. You can observe the veranda. Okay, so observe the veranda on three sides, at least fourth side we don't know, it's not covered in the photograph. Okay, house is built on the plinth. Plinth मतलब raised platform. एक raised platform पे घर बना दिया गया है with elaborate veranda, as you can observe. Okay, there are some more examples. See the complex roofing. The roofing is so complex. Okay, and just see this triangular shape roof that is jutting out. These triangular shape roof that are jutting out. Okay, now these are the open spaces kept so that the light will enter, the wind will enter inside. Okay, keeping the inner part of the house windy, or I mean not windy, airy and full of light. Okay. सो जो अपने कोकण में जब बारिश होता है तो जो पूरा ह्यूमिडिटी फैल जाता है, डैम्पनेस होता है घर में. ओके, सो दैट डैम्पनेस कैन बी टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट कैन बी अवॉइडेड विद lot of air coming in from all these windows. Okay, similarly the flooring, the foundation, generally in rural houses we find that the structures are one storied. Okay, the walls are quite thick. Again, it changes from place to place. Okay, roofs are relatively simple, where there is a use of wood, bamboo, grasses, leaves, clay or mud. Okay, flooring is raised, as we have seen in some of the Kerala houses, that the houses are built on the plinth. If you see that Vada structure, Vadas in Maharashtra, so there also you will find that the houses are built on the plinth. Okay, especially if the areas have any problem related to flooding, so that water won't come inside, and that's the reason why this raised flooring is done. Okay, walls and roofs are also important part of the houses. Okay, and it is quite influenced by the climatic factors. Okay, in Konkan we normally find roofs are slanting, and these roofs are slanting for the purpose that even in rainfall, during the rainfall, you can see that the water will store, and water will easily slide through those roofs. Okay, and so in the areas of very heavy rainfall such as Konkan, we find slanting roof, while if you go to Desh region or plateau region, you find flat roof, because rainfall is very scanty. Okay, no need of a slant roof. Okay, walls are made up of different materials such as mud, clay, bricks. Bricks can be sun dried, that is they can be dried, just left open in the sun to dry. That is usually found in the arid regions, that they are just kept open or under the sun dry. Or in the riverine areas we find they are baked, they are burnt in what we call as brick kiln or wheat batti. Okay, stones are also used in the areas where the stones are prominent. Roofs also may have tiles. Okay, roofs also can we will see the roofs with stone sleepers, bamboo covered with thatching grass. Okay, and as I already mentioned about flatter roofs and sloping roofs. So in some of the pictures you can see the land is quite I mean the land is the house, the roof is very slanting. The typical house in Konkan, Maharashtra. Observe the wall, that is I want to observe. These walls are not made up of bricks, these walls are not made up of bricks, not made up of stones. Okay, but as you can observe closely, they are made up of timber. Okay, they are made of timber. Okay, timber is stitched in these two main horizontal timber. Okay, and then further thatched with mud. मड का इस्तेमाल करके, रेड सॉइल जो है कोकण का, रेड लाइट, ओके, उसका इस्तेमाल करके उस वॉल को पूरा कवर किया गया है मिट्टी से. ओके, एंड वी विल सी सम नाइस एग्जांपल फर्दर आल्सो when we'll specifically look at the building material. So these are some houses on the plateau region where these are very kacha house, that is not further cemented, probably what we can say a lower middle class house. Okay, and most importantly, I brought this picture to show the flatter roofs, absence of any kind of tiling above it. Okay, and so certainly you can observe that lack of vegetation all around, so you can observe you can understand the aridity or the dryness in this area, less rainfall or less moisture. These are some more examples of the plateau houses. Again, flatter without any roof or slanting roof. At the most, you can see some parts outside the house are covered by the tins or asbestos sheets. Okay, so this was mainly about the structure of the house. Okay, Now let us go to understanding different house types. मैंने आपको कहा था कि स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द हाउस को दो तरीके से देखा जा सकता है, एक है इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर और दूसरा है हाउस टाइप. तो इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर की बात हमने की. नाउ लेट अस सी हाउस टाइप. Now, what do we mean by house type and how it is different than internal structure? So when we talk about house type, we are basically talking about the external shape of that house, the size of this house, and we are more about the nature of the roof, the nature of the walls, the nature of building materials that is used, which we will look into separately. Okay, and many of the house types are determined by topography, whether the house is located on the flat plane, whether the house is located on the slope, whether the house is located in a marshy land. So that will determine the house type. Okay, climate abhi humne dekha, whether you are in the area of extremely higher rainfall or lower rainfall, or higher temperature or lower temperature. Okay, especially in I don't remember whether I got that picture, but I should have got that picture of a house in Rajasthan, especially the western Rajasthan, the arid area of Rajasthan. Okay, you'll find that the Rajasthan houses have very small windows. अपने अपने यहाँ कैसे बहुत बड़ा विंडो होता है. Okay, but उनके यहाँ you will find the houses are more closed. Okay, windows are very narrow, very small. Okay, and windows are usually located above, much above the ground. अपने यहाँ windows are located like between the roof and the ground, almost at the center. But in those houses you will find windows are located to the roof side, little bit higher on the wall, not lower. Okay, because in the desert area you know that wind blows and wind carries lot of sand. Okay, so to avoid that sand to come inside the house, and wind moves along the ground, right? And therefore usually the windows are we found or we observe the windows on the higher part of the wall, not lower or not at the center, so that the sand will be arrested, sand will be obstructed from coming inside the house. Okay, so it is the direction of the wind, okay, also affects the kind of houses or the kind of structure of the house. Okay, building materials, socio-economic and cultural conditions, which we have been talking about, and obviously it has got lots of regional variations. Okay, now it's a very good map. The map is a very big size. I suggest you to observe this map on the Google search. Google search में आप ये सर्च दे देना, रूरल हाउस टाइप्स ऑफ साउथ एशिया, रूरल हाउस टाइप्स ऑफ साउथ एशिया, ऐसा आप सर्च दे दो गूगल पे बाद में, एंड डाउनलोड दिस पर्टिकुलर मैप. Okay, I like this map because this map shows a variety of house type in different parts of South Asia. Now, we are not concerned with South Asia here as far as our chapter is concerned. We are more concerned about India. Okay, so even if you see the Indian houses, okay, see the variety of different houses in Konkan. Okay, even within Konkan, houses in Karnataka and Kerala, houses on the east coast, okay, houses at the center, houses in the drier parts of Rajasthan. Okay, then in the Bengal region where there is tremendous rainfall, or in the northeastern region, lot of use of timber and wood. Okay, so you can see there are tremendous variety, the tremendous variation. Okay, so it's the same map that I have tried to cut and crop so that you can observe the structures better. This is the North India part, and you can very clearly see different kind of houses. As I suppose that these houses are of at least middle class to upper class houses. These are not the poor people houses, because poor people houses do not have much structural elements. Okay, relatively, because they are much smaller, much not decorated, more utilitarian. Okay, but this is more than utilitarian houses, more decorative, elaborate houses that you can observe. Okay, just observe karo, nothing else. Okay, so this is of the peninsular India. Okay, again you can observe the houses on the plinth, houses on the grounds. Okay, see, observe the observe the verandas, observe the angan. Okay, and so there are different parts, different kinds of houses. See the roofing, the multiple roofing, as you can observe in the eastern states. Okay, so very unique, and it has got a very elaborate key to these houses. Every house is numbered 29, 32, 31, and it has got elaborate legend. So I suggest you can go to Google and download this map and observe this carefully. Some of these diagrams you can draw, some of these 3 4 diagram from different parts of the house or from different parts of the country can be drawn. Okay, now these diagrams I have deliberately taken from Maurya because these are very simplified diagram, okay, than the ones on the map, okay, which you can draw. Okay, let me tell you that this answer expects drawing. Okay, ये आंसर का एक्सपेक्टेशन ही है कि आप ड्रॉ करोगे मैप को, okay, the diagram को. So see that you are drawing the diagram. Okay, even I am deliberately showing this slide for a longer time so that even you can make a quick sketch. Okay, क्योंकि आपको एक स्केच ही बनाना है, बहुत ही एकदम बढ़िया सा, कोई पेंटिंग नहीं चाहिए हमें, just a brief sketch to have an idea of houses. Okay, now if you see the houses on the top, the first 2 houses, they are from Assam, northeast India. You can see houses are built on the pillars. So there are wooden pillars and there is a platform, and over that platform you can see the houses have been constructed. Why this is so? Okay, so this is certainly so to avoid the marshy land. If the land is marshy, muddy, suppose the land gets stagnated by water during monsoon, okay, then obviously it becomes difficult to survive in such kind of houses, and therefore houses are not constructed on the ground, but houses are constructed on the raised platform. So where there are pillars and a platform, and the houses are built over it. You can also see lot of use of bamboo. The northeastern states have lot of bamboo plants, and similar other kind of timber and dry grass is largely used. Okay, if you see Assam plains, if you see 2 diagrams below, thatched houses of Assam plains, West Bengal. Okay, here also houses may not be on the pillar, but houses can be on the plinth to avoid the flood water. Okay, and where flooding is not the problem, the house can straight away stand on the ground without any need of any pillar or without any need of any plinth, as you can see in case of West Bengal house. Okay, these are simple diagrams. ये थोड़ा difficult रहेगा आपको, but these ones are more simple diagrams. This is mainly meant for so that you can see it carefully and draw these diagrams. मैं वापस दोहरा रहा हूँ, ये सारे डायग्राम ड्रॉ नहीं करने आपको. ओके, मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि से नॉर्थ इंडिया का एक, ईस्ट इंडिया का एक, वेस्ट इंडिया का एक. सो यू कैन हैव 3 4 डायग्राम्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिवली इन योर आंसर. ओके, चाहिए तो आप ऐसा भी एक मैप बना सकते हो कि ड्रॉ स्टेंसिल मैप एंड जस्ट ड्रॉ 4 फिगर्स. 4 आप स्केचेस ड्रॉ करो, एक नॉर्थ ईस्ट पे, एक नॉर्थ पे, एक वेस्ट पे कोकण का हाउस, एंड मे बी 1 इन द साउथ. That way also you can arrange yourself. Okay, now these are these are other houses. You can see the double story houses in MP and Maharashtra. Okay, see the roofing, tiled houses in eastern UP, right? Or if you see the houses in the Bundelkhand, then you can see that there is a central courtyard which is open, which is not roofed, and window, and the rooms are all on 4 sides, okay, with entry from one side. Okay, in Bihar and eastern UP also you can find similar kind of house, but further extended rooms that you can observe for at the entrance purpose on one side of this house. These are also tiled houses with central courtyard. Okay, these few more houses from northern India. You see the houses in the Himalayan region. See the houses to the right side of yours. Okay, the Himalayan houses, the Kumayun Himalayan houses. What's the difference? If you observe the walling, then you can see the lot of stone being used because you are in the Himalayas. Okay, and so the use of stone is predominant. Even if you go to Western Ghats, if you come to Konkan, then you can see the use of stone in walling, not bricks. Okay, in Konkan there is a rock which we call as Zamba Khadak or laterite rocks, and you can see the use of red laterite elaborately in Konkan houses. Okay, very modern houses may use bricks, but most of the traditional houses have, or even the temples and other structures use this Zamba Khadak or the laterite rocks very elaborately. So whatever is available in the nature, okay, so I always look at, मुझको हमेशा लगता है कि ये घर नहीं है, but these are the, ये घर are actually the representation of geography. The house is representing the local geography. You observe the house, okay, you will understand the geology of that area because you can observe what kind of rocks are used, observe the kind of walls, kind of roofs, and you will also can make some conclusion about the climate of that area. Okay, so observing rural house is a very important part of a geography field work. Okay, where you can really make out or you can draw conclusions as far as the geology, the kind of vegetation which is there around, because that vegetation itself will be used for thatch roofs or fencing and many other purposes. Okay, तो ये एक्चुअली घर एक ज्योग्राफी का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, लोकल ज्योग्राफी का. Okay, and that is what fascinates me also, and obviously fascinated geographers from a very long time, and geographers have been studying these houses and internal structures for a pretty long time. These are some more examples in Gujarat, from Odisha, from Kerala. We have seen some of these pictures earlier. Okay, a Christian house from Goa. Okay, just because the religion changed, then suddenly the nature of courtyard changes. Okay, and maybe the Tulsi Vrindavan will go off, and you will have the cross the race there, right? So immediately the things will change over. Okay, as you change the religion of that house. Okay, so religion also is one of the dominant factor. Okay, so this is all about different kind of houses. I don't want to go to building material now. We will go to it tomorrow. I will leave you early today. It's 10:20. Lecture ends at 10:36. So leaving you about 10 minutes early today. Okay. Anything you want to share on this topic? You can share. Tomorrow we'll talk about building materials, and we'll again see different photographs of different kind of houses.
सर
Yes, बोल.
सर ते जांभा खडक मध्ये चिरा चिरा त्या त्या म्हणतात का त्याला?
हो, चिरा
चिरा.
चिरा असं पण नाव आहे त्याला. जांभा पण म्हणतात, चिऱ्याचा खडक पण म्हणतात.
ओके ओके.
करेक्ट करेक्ट. अच्छा, मगाशी तूच बोलत होता का समृद्ध?
हो सर.
अच्छा, तुझ्या आणि बुद्धभूषणच्या आवाजामध्ये मला नेहमी कन्फ्युजन होतं. भारतचा आवाज समजतो. एनीवन एल्स यू वांट टू से एनीथिंग, or shall we stop? Anything you want to ask me, because we have some time now. आरती की नाही आहे का आज? Anything you want to ask me? Yes.
सब
Yes.
सर वो आपने जो पीडीएफ दोनों भेजने बोला था, रिसिप्ट का और फॉर्म का, तो फॉर्म का मेरे पास पीडीएफ है, बट वो रिसिप्ट का मैं डाउनलोड नहीं कर पाया था. मेरे पास उसके स्क्रीनशॉट्स हैं.
चलेगा ना, तो स्क्रीनशॉट भेज दो, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
सर
ओके.
माझ्याकडे पण दोघांचे स्क्रीनशॉट्स आहेत. माझ्याकडे पीडीएफ नाही झाले डाउनलोड.
चालेल चालेल चालेल. जो पीडीएफ है, स्क्रीनशॉट है, जो भी है, तो